Neil Quinn, Chairman of Navan O Mahony's. Welcome. Thanks for having me.
That's all.
You're
most welcome.
Thanks very much. We're in amazing what you've done with the clubhouse since I've been here. Pictures of winners over 3 walls, which is fantastic. So
There's more around the corner as well. So
right.
3 walls in the bar as well. So yeah, it's
fantastic.
We try to mark everyone's achievements.
Yeah.
It's slowed a bit during COVID now, so we've a bit of catching up to do, but
that's okay. You'll be able to do it, won't you?
We'll be able to do it.
So how long have you been chairman with O'Mahony?
This is my 3rd year.
Okay, right. Very good.
3rd year of a 3-year term.
So you can only do 3 years. You can't
That's the custom, yeah.
Right, okay. And then it's in theory somebody else's turn to go from it.
Yeah.
So what, and this is why I'm partly doing this, what does a chairman do on a day-to-day basis? What's your big focus for the club? Is it to grow the club? Is it to be successful? What's the thought process?
I suppose it's everything. Just an example, I suppose, this week.
Yeah.
Last night we had a game, an under-19s game, so I was here flagging the pitch.
Oh, okay, right.
I had to organise to get the pitch lined yesterday because it was the first match of the season. So there was lads lining the pitch, but we also got mobile lights delivered for our training pitches at the Trim Road. So I was there taking delivery of them and seeing how they worked. So the crew was out there and I had to rush in here. And then on Thursday, we had storm damage. So our goalposts at the far end of the pitch here were broken. So we were up doing some hairy stuff trying to fix the goals on Thursday. Thursday there was adult football training as well. Wednesday there was a meeting in Dunganny with me GA in relation to the juvenile season coming up. Tuesday I think there was training. And then all through the week there's just calls about dealing with all sorts of
anything
and everything, yeah.
So you're very much hands-on chairman.
Yeah, there's
day-to-day kind of thing.
There's no choice.
Yeah,
I think everyone who's an officer of the club or who's involved is very much day-to-day hands-on. But there's a huge amount that goes on in running a club these days that people wouldn't say, from the finances to dealing with them, dealing with county board, to dealing with we've an employee at the club now as well who helps out with the grounds and everything. But upkeep of the grounds.
Yes.
Dealing with, we do an issue about, we had to check something about our land registration, so it's dealing with solicitors, so we be on to solicitors a lot. Onto GAA headquarters itself a lot, just in various things. There's all sorts of, the changes, the rules now, the coaching, there's been, it's busy. It's really, really busy.
And what sort of thing would you be talking to GAA ahead? Would you be looking for advice on rules? Would you be looking for funding?
Advice on that, or funding, or it can vary.
I got you.
All our systems are set up through the GAA now. So our membership is Fern.
Yes,
is GAA platform. So it's and everything is done through it. Your training records, your Garda vetting, everything is done through it. So there'll be lots of coordination with the GA, particularly with me GA, obviously.
Right, yeah. And so do you deal with me GA a lot and then...
Me GA, huge amount.
Head office?
Not so much. More on administrative issues. And
I understand. So how many members does O'Mahony have, do you know?
We have about 1,250 members.
Oh, wow. All right.
In total.
And how many playing members is
the
difference?
The way it's split, there are about, between the men and the ladies, there's about 140 adult playing members.
Okay, right.
So we have 3 adult men's football teams, 2 adult hurling teams, 3 ladies football teams, and 2 camogie teams.
Wow. All just adult.
And then at juvenile level, there are about 450 boys playing. So we've multiple teams at all the age groups. So from the nursery up to minor, which is under 17, we've at least 1 and 2, and in some cases 3 and 4 teams at each age group. And it goes up by age group, 9s, 10s, 11s, 12s. So. And then in the ladies' juvenile side, there's about 370, 380 players. That's exploded in the recent years.
Okay, right.
Particularly with the success of Meath ladies. But both the camogie and the football it's just exploded with the girls. So it's brilliant to see.
That's fantastic. So you're trying to organise, make sure everybody has training slots, make sure they have training gear, make sure
the most difficult job in the club is the pitch planner. And thankfully, we have someone who's brilliant.
I was going to say, is it? Yeah,
Declan does it, but you frequently have to step in when there's a
when there's a clash.
But there's a clash, and it's really difficult at the moment because of the state of the pitches.
Okay, right.
So it's trying to just.
So you guys have 2 pitches, do you, or do you have 3?
We have 2 full-size pitches.
Yes.
We've one here in Paddy O'Brien Park. We've one out the Trim Road.
Okay, right.
We've a training pitch out the Trim Road as well, which is not a full-size pitch, but with no lights out there.
Okay,
so
right,
if we're training during the week, it's here.
Yes.
So we have to utilise. We've a sizable Astro.
I get you. Yeah,
and a sizable skills wall as well. So
yes.
Which have lights, but it's not easy juggling at this time of year. Once the hour changes, it gets much easier.
I get you.
Pitches are obviously in better condition as well.
I know what you mean. Wow, very good. And how much is membership?
Much is membership. So we've loads of different types of membership, depending on your status. So the adult membership is €130.
Yes.
Plus there's a payment of €80 of training fees. So it's really it's to contribute to the lights, the pitches and that. So
I get
in total it's $210.
Yeah,
and juvenile membership is €75. I think this year.
That's all right.
On top of that, then there's additional training fees as well. So it's only just changed this year. It used to be €8 a month.
Yeah.
So it's now been woven into the membership. So that is added onto it. So I think it brings up to $130. I think. I'd have to check that. It's the first year we've done it. It's only just been introduced. But then there's all sorts of family membership options. So 2 adults, plain student, unlimited kids.
I know what you mean.
We do check it against all the other clubs.
Yes.
And we're competitive. Like it's not that we're not the cheapest by any stretch.
Yeah.
And we've a huge amount of upkeep of the premises here that it does cost a lot of money. But we're by no means the most expensive either. And
I got you.
Certainly if you went up to clubs in Dublin, you'd be paying multiples of
I know what you mean.
You'd be paying.
And that's your centre of town, big parking space out here.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's good. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
So it is. What do you think from your point of view, like your biggest achievement of being the chairman of the club? Is there anything that stands out?
Well, we had a phenomenal year last year, both on and off the pitch.
Right.
We had our 10 adult teams all qualified for the knockout stages.
Wow. Okay. Right.
And we managed to win everything we entered in hurling and camogie. So we won the 2 adult hurling championships, so the intermediate and the junior B.
So that means you've gone senior and junior A now.
Yeah. And in the camogie, the ladies won the intermediate and the junior.
So they go senior and intermediate?
Yeah, senior 2 and I think it was junior B camogie, so they've gone junior A camogie.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah. And then in the football, our 3 ladies teams, the first ladies team was competing in the senior grade for first time in ages and reached the semi-final.
That's
which
fantastic.
Is a huge achievement.
Yes.
And our 2 other ladies teams both reached their respective quarterfinals, which it was the first time we'd had a 3rd ladies team.
Oh, so, okay, right. And then getting to the quarters is
huge. And then our men's teams, our 3rd men's team won their championship.
Okay,
our 2nd men's team, well, we like to think we would have won it. We were playing in Dunor and the lights went out and we were ahead at half time in the final.
Right.
The game had to be replayed and unfortunately we didn't turn up for the final replay.
Right.
So we lost the final, which is a huge achievement again. The second team getting the final.
Yeah.
And our first men's team lost the intermediate championship after extra time.
Okay.
Intermediate championship final.
Right.
So it was a huge achievement on the pitch too. And then we had our 2 boys minor teams reached both the Division 1 hurling and football championship finals.
Wow.
For the first time in a long time as well. So, and it's filtering down. Like it's just, I suppose there's been a huge amount of work done over the last number of years, and it was just
right. Yeah.
I was here just to build on it. So
it's starting to pay off.
It's
Well, I don't know if it's unprecedented. It sounds pretty phenomenal again.
We won Club of the Year.
Really, right.
So it was a huge thing to win Club of the Year.
Right.
The other thing that we're really proud of here is we have Pell for All. So that's for both kids and adults with additional needs.
Okay, right, yes.
It's held on a weekly basis. The kids go on a Friday evening, and the adults go on a Tuesday. And
Right, yes.
it's brilliant to see, like, people who wouldn't get an opportunity otherwise
Yeah, I
to come
understand.
and kick football. And we had a charity match where we had a load of legends
All right, brilliant.
from the club playing with and against the adult Pell for All
Very
players.
good. That's fantastic.
So it was brilliant. We had Trevor Giles here giving out the medals. It was, and we're the only club, I think, in Meath who has certainly the adult Pell for All. So we get people come from everywhere, and it's great. It's what GA is all about. So it is great to see.
That's fantastic. And how many members you have for the Pell for All?
On average, there's about 25 kids on the group,
Yeah.
and I'd say on average about 12 or 15 would turn up.
That's brilliant.
And in terms of the adults, it's similar again for the adults.
Yes.
But it's brilliant. Like you
I
have
know what
people,
you mean.
we do it on the skills wall, and which is sizable. And
Yes.
you have people with all sorts of additional needs there. So
And
it's brilliant to see.
if anybody with additional needs thinks sounds good for me, or knows somebody with additional needs, how do they get into that? Do they just literally turn up?
If you
or do they need to contact the
literally
club?
turn up, or if
That's fantastic.
If you message the secretary in the club or send a message through any of our social media channels,
Yeah.
we'll get back to you and just explain what's involved. And it's just a case of turning up.
It's amazing how, especially within GA, how welcoming it is. Like compared to certain other sports, you have to do this, you have to have membership first, you have to do that. Whereas at least it's come along, give it a go, give it a try out. If you like it, you like it.
If you like it, you like it.
And if you don't, you've given it a go and you can go. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. And just going back a bit to the success, because it is really amazing. What kind of is it? Like the struggle that was always with when I was younger and I was playing was getting people up for training, and is obviously that can't be a problem. Is it that? What do you think are the big things that you've done to make the team successful?
I suppose it's making it enjoyable is the main thing, and it's still a challenge. Like those challenges are still there in terms of getting people up and player attention.
Yeah.
Is a huge challenge for a myriad of reasons.
Yes.
As they get older, particularly.
Yeah.
As they as kids move from primary to secondary, it's a challenge, and then when kids get 15, 16, 17, certainly when they leave minor, trying to get them up for adult. But I think what we've tried to do is we introduced it, a previous juvenile chairperson introduced it a good few years ago, where we get former players back in at kind of under 13 to take the teams.
Yeah.
It kind of removes the pressure from parents choosing their kids and trying to select their kids, and that parents are almost always most welcome to be involved, and we encourage it, but just have someone with a lead voice that is former player, and that's followed all the way through now to our adult men's team.
Okay, right.
Where the 6 lads who are in charge of the first and second team who train together are all former players.
Oh,
Most
wow.
of them have won Keegan Cups.
Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah.
And they're doing it for the love of the club. So
that they know success, they know what needs to be done, they know you need to turn up.
they know all the lads inside out. They were over our minor team for 3-4 years as well. So it was a progression, natural progression for them to go up and take the adult teams, and it's been But that's what we try to do at all age groups, is to have someone, the independent voice, and make it fun.
Yes.
We don't always get it right. I can honestly say that.
Well, it's you won't with what is it, 20 teams? So
it has certainly helped, and it's driving it on, and then success breeds success. So
I understand.
And we've brilliant people involved, and that's like it is. When we won the Club of the Year, we had a mentors night, and we have at the moment, because you have to track these things. Everything is obviously with all regulations and that. We've more than 230 registered mentors.
Wow. Okay.
So when you put that in context, like it is all about the people who help out.
So that's for 1,200 members, is it?
That is 231 members for the kids, for the juvenile section.
Okay, right, yeah.
With the regular, obviously everyone has to be. Everyone has to be guard vetted. They have to do their child safeguarding. They have to have some sort of coaching qualification, and you're audited on that. Obviously, for that whole area, it's just become so important in life. So we track it and register it. So for our juvenile boys and girls, of which there's about 800, we have 230 registered members,
So-
registered mentors.
More than one for every 4 kids. There's more than
Yeah.
one mentor,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. Again, that's
Yeah,
the closer training, the more one-to-one training you
Yeah.
can get, the better it is for
Yeah, it
people.
is. Yeah. So we try to have large groups of mentors with all the age groups.
I understand. Very good. So what's the future looking like for Mahony's Club of the Year next year?
It'll be really difficult to achieve everything we achieved last year again on the pitch, but the success for us would be just to keep progressing.
Okay.
Like we have we're in the middle of the town here as well. Like there's progressing on the field, but space is a huge challenge for us.
Okay. Yeah.
We have land out the Trim Road, but we're kind of landlocked at the moment, so we need more space.
Yeah.
So we need to keep building. So success for us this year would be progressing with that.
Right.
Trying to identify some parcels of land. Like land is really expensive in around Navan, but we've been working with the council just to try to see if there's anything that can be done. All clubs face this challenge, so we're landlocked here as well, so we can't expand here. But this is our spiritual home, so it's to improve the facilities we have here, increase our facilities out the Trim Road.
Okay.
And just build on the success that we've had. Like our nursery is a huge breeding ground. It's as I always says, my favourite hour of the week, 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, with the 4s, 5s and 6s and sometimes 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's great crack.
Right,
And that's where all the kids, that's where you get your members, and that's where you keep them. It's very difficult to get kids in after they're 10 or 11, like they have affiliations to other sports.
Yes.
Or other teams. So again, success for us this year would be building the nursery, but we've brilliant people running the nursery.
That's fantastic. That's
brilliant
really...
people running the nursery, and it's to build on that.
So no sign of ever moving from the centre. You always want a pitch. You always want a clubhouse. You always want
this is where we are, and this is us. So,
like
there will be developments around the town, and
yes,
we did obviously, as everyone would know, we sold the front of the land to Aldi, but that helped fund the hurling wall and the all-weather and the purchase of the Trim Road and development of the Trim Road.
A huge upgrade. Like it's so good compared to when I was a kid. Like there was the river down there. The hurling wall is huge. I remember years and years people were saying if we had one, we can come up and play on your own. You can train your own. You can do that with a hurling wall. It's hard when you're in the olden days knocking points over on here and you can't hit them too hard in case it goes out onto the road and you've lost a ball. So it's amazing what's been done. So I left Ireland in 2010.
Right.
And since that, like every time I come back, it's a little better. It's a little nicer. The clubhouse is really good. Is really nice. The facilities are nice. It's great to see, even sitting outside 15, 20 minutes. You can see people coming up, dropping off the kids.
Yeah, they're doing Olympic handball now because it's too wet to be out. So all the age groups, all the boys' age groups are from 7s up to 11s, I think, do it on Saturday, or 12s even. So it's great. And the bar was closed. It closed during COVID, like everything did. Yeah. And obviously stayed closed for ages. But again, a group of members got together last year on a voluntary basis, entirely voluntary basis, did the place up, have reopened it, and it was really the focal point for all the celebrations of the teams last and commiserations that we had last year.
Well, it's
brilliant to be able to come back. Just brilliant.
And
for parents of the kids, like we've there's a huge demographic shift in Navan. That there's lots of people who aren't originally from Navan. I'm not originally from Navan.
Yeah.
But the club is the focal point, and being able to come in here and socialise after games, and be it games for the kids where the parents can come in and get to meet each other. It's a huge thing.
Yeah,
so
I definitely, like, even looking around here, the old pictures, David Beggie's jerseys up there, that sort of thing. It's very, there's a lot of history in here, and 100%.
It's huge amount of history, and like when you look around the photos, there are still a huge amount of people involved in teams. Like Damien Moran is over there.
Yeah,
and he's one of our joint managers of our adult football team. That's in.
Okay, yeah.
Holding up one of the cups. And there's so many people here who are still involved in the club in some way or fashion. And it is great. It's a huge focal point here with the photo gallery is even on a match day. So last week when Meath were playing Cavan, get a huge people come because we're so close to Park Talchin. And it's incredible the interest that people see around here. And everyone sees Joe Castles holding up Sam Maguire inside. And it's the first thing you see as you walk into the bar. So it's the heritage of the club is a huge thing. And it is brilliant to be able to, for people to be able to see it here and know what it's about, know what they're part of.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. I'm happy. I think we're done. Have you anything you want to add?
Yeah. No, not at all. Thanks.
Thanks very much for your time. Greatly appreciated.
No problem
It's been
at all.
brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.